Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the amendment?
Mr. Chair, is it appropriate at this time for me to do another amendment?
Nope.
Nope.
Only two layers of amendments. We got to dispose of the first one first.
Okay, when we dispose of that one, then it's appropriate for a second one? Thank you.
No, maybe not advisable, but it's. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the amendment? We have hit the time limit on this resolution. I'm not seeing people wishing to speak in opposition to the amendment, so we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of supporting striking from the amendment the phrase, e.g. by eliminating them or by requiring them to vote in proportion to the share of the popular vote each candidate received in their state, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Chair believes that the motion has failed. You can call for a vote if you hand vote if you want to, or a standing count, I should say. But decision of the chair is standing. Please approach the microphone if you wish to be recognized.
Sharon Mossaleski from the 8th CD. I'd like to call for a standing vote.
All right. Is there any objection to using the standing count that was mentioned earlier?
I have a question. So for folks who cannot stand, how does that work?
That's my concern.
Yes. We've used the card so far. Let's continue to do that.
This is only 50-50. Actually, rather than... I'm just going to ask you to do the show of hands for this one real quick. We're not going to count it. If it looks like we have to count it, we'll do that. All those in favor of the amendment to the amendment, please raise your hand. The amendment to the amendment was to strike the phrase, e.g. by eliminating them or by requiring them to vote in proportion to the share of the popular vote each candidate received in their state. All those opposed, please raise your hand.
Opposed.
All those opposed the amendment to the amendment.
All those opposed to taking
Please
that
raise
phrase
your hand. The
out.
chair believes the amendment to the amendment has failed. We're now on the amendment itself,
So we've
which is as
picked that
originally
up.
stated, and I will restate it. Looking at 16 PG 01, page 12 of the resolutions packet, strike the first whereas clause on line 5. Maintain the second whereas clause, I believe it's identical. Strike the third whereas clause. Maintain the fourth. So you're striking the first and the third whereas clauses. And then replacing the resolved clause with, therefore resolved, DPW supports the abolishment of the unpledged superdelegate system, e.g. by eliminating them or by requiring them to vote in proportion to the share of the popular vote each candidate received in their state. Further resolved, DPW instructs its DNC delegation to actively work for this goal. That is the amendment. Point of order?
All right. There's a couple of other wording changes that you missed. Does that matter?
Were they in the whereas clauses?
One of them was in the title and one was in the last whereas clause.
All right, the title is now Abolish the Superdelegate System.
Yes.
I will restate what is now the second whereas clause and the one before the resolve clause, which is whereas we believe that contrary to this purpose, the superdelegates have eroded voters' faith in their ability to reflect the outcome of the presidential nomination.
Correct. Thank you. You got rid of current in the first result, right? There was no current, correct? I'm just double checking.
Yes, we are. I have stated the resolution. I have stated the amendment. Do I need to restate the amendment?
No.
I'm hearing enough yeses that I will do it one more time. Abolish the superdelegate system, 16 PG01. Whereas, I'm just going to read what this new resolution reads as. Whereas the stated purpose of superdelegates is to maximize the ability of people other than elected officials and party leaders to participate in the nomination process. Whereas we believe that contrary to this purpose, superdelegates have eroded voters' faith in their ability to affect the outcome of the presidential nomination. Therefore resolved, DPW supports the abolishment of the unpledged superdelegate system, e.g. by eliminating them or by requiring them to vote in proportion to the share of the popular vote each candidate received in their state. Therefore resolved, DPW instructs its DNC delegation to actively work for this goal. So that is the amendment to the resolution. That will become the resolution if we adopt it. All those in favor, please raise your hands with your tags. Sorry. All
We'll
those
take it up later.
opposed. The amendment carried handily. And please, no applause. I know you're happy. We're all happy. However, we have to vote one more time. This is now a motion. It's now a motion on the floor. Is the amended resolution. We are out of time. If there is a desire to add more time to discuss additional amendments,
I request we extend it for another 10 minutes to discuss another amendment, which everyone has.
is there objection to extending the time?
Yes.
Please, if you're objecting, please indicate. All right, thank you. There's enough objection to extending the time that we have to vote on that. Additional suspension of the rules. So you have made a request to suspend the, is there a second, first of all?
Second.
Second, thank you. You made a request to suspend the rules and add 10 minutes to this debate on this resolution. Do we have the time in our, can we stay up here for 10 more minutes is the question, Madam Chair? We can, all right. Takes 2/3 to suspend the rules. Because of the difficulty listed earlier,
About
people
10
who
more
can't stand, we're gonna
minutes to
stick
talk
with what we
about
know,
this
which is
guy's
just the hand
amendment.
count, I'm sorry.
To this amendment.
All those in
I
favor?
have no idea.
What?
No, we're just extending to discuss the resolution.
No, he's talking about an amendment.
Okay, we have to recess until what time?
Until after the DNC candidates speak.
I don't happen to know when that is. Okay,
Well, we're gonna have a recess.
I get the swing set. I don't know. Democracy is messy.
all right. We
Dictatorship.
are on the rules, suspension of the rules to add 10 minutes. All those in favor, please raise your card.
Point.
It is to add 10 minutes to the discussion on this resolution, 16 PG01. All those opposed, please raise your card.
That was an order.
The chair is not in doubt. It does not meet the 2/3 vote threshold to extend the debate. Is there any further? Is there anyone wishing to contest the ruling of the chair? Seeing none, we'll move to a vote on the resolution 16 PG01 to adopt as amended. All those in favor, please raise your card. All those opposed, please raise your card. The resolution passes as amended. We are now going to recess until 11:30, around 11:30, and we will take up the remainder of the resolutions that we set.